Biatch, biatch. Hey, we're back. Came back from London, England, from Manchester. What a crazy card, man! I actually enjoyed the card. UFC 304. A
Dana
lot of
didn't.
crazy shit happened.
Dana
Data
White
didn't.
didn't. That motherfucker
Yeah,
looked pissed at the press conference.
he was so pissed, bro. He's like, any of these Middle Eastern grapplers, bro. He's like, I'm out on this. He's like,
And then he
fuck Bilal, fuck Mokayev.
and then he even said, "I'm getting away. I'm getting rid of the extra bonuses or how they've been bumping them up on the day of or some shit." That's
Yeah, at the
crazy.
press conference. Basically, he was mad because he didn't want to get, people been doing it more and more now, like hyping him up at the event when the crowd starts cheering and shit. So he gets into it, and then he's like, yeah, I'll match it or do whatever. And now he's disappointed that he does that because he's like, man, I'm getting hyped for no reason. Y'all not even fighting better. Y'all fight the same. Why would I spend extra money? But he cashed out the people that did perform though. What's his name? Tom Aspinall got dough. Patty Pimley got 200K extra. So he definitely cashed those people out. But yeah, let's just recap real quick, and then we can talk about the card right before we move forward here. We got all right week, nothing too great, but for the show, you went 1-3 minus 1.9 units. The one you did hit was Hobo Cop plus 125. He dominated the fight, dominated Christian Leroy Duncan. Pretty much, told him, "Hey, young gun, you need to go back to the drawing board and get your game more well rounded."
He was looking swole too.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And he's only like 30 years old or whatever, but he looks like 40.
Yeah,
RoboCop.
he just stone face.
But yeah, he's dope. And then the ones you missed was Green here and Green against Patty Pimlet. That was a crazy one. I
Smoke.
mean, I don't think anyone expected that. I mean, I had Patty Pimlet, but I didn't expect him to dominate and sleep him so quick.
Well,
Even though I did know his ground game was good.
everybody who fights Patty just go to his thing. Same thing happened with the Monkey King. He tried to grapple. It's like you're giving him his
Yeah.
best, his most favorable chance to win is by grappling with him, and they
Uh-huh.
keep doing it.
Hey, he did come in good shape, swole as well. He said this time he didn't like fluctuate as much in weight because he didn't go to America. He stayed in England. So his every time he goes to America, he's like, I just get fat. So and then the other one you missed here was Edwards KO, but that was a plus 350. I mean, that was definitely something I thought was going to happen. Obviously, I mean, I knew Bilal could have won easily, but the way that Edwards didn't even put up a fight, in my opinion, like the way he looked was just trash from the beginning to end. Like
Or just
trash.
hey, Bilal fought the perfect fight. The way you got to fight those technical strikers, you got to make it dirty, and that's what he did in the first round. He was out there just chunking them, like swinging, hit him with an uppercut, and then once he like dipped him on his head, I feel like that fucked Edwards up all the way.
Hey, he might have been straight up concussed, bro. Like that
He
was a
looked like he
crazy.
went limp. Like he looked like he went like limp when his head first landed. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he got straight pile driven, straight down.
No, it's like the commentators were saying. It's like what happened to Rose Namajunas when she fought Andrade.
Yeah, Rose, like she hit the side of her head and the neck, and then she just like fucking got knocked out cold. And that could have what happened to Leon, but Leon, his spine could have completely got fucked up. I felt like that could have been some bad stuff, man, beyond just being knocked out or losing the fight. So I'm glad. I mean, he was okay, but nothing to say, bro. I mean, Bilal Muhammad, as much as he might not be entertaining, I mean, that's what it is. Remember the name, bro. He'll forever be known right now, especially with the Palestine shit going on. So shout outs to him though. And then the big parlay, you got the Aspinall who won, Allen who won, Edwards lost, Wood won, McCann lost, and Parkin won. But that was a big plus 500 one. Let's talk about something. Mallory McCann, man. McCanned. I mean, she busted one of my parlays. I had a bet going on. She's a big parlay buster for sure, bro. I mean, we all agreed she shouldn't have been minus 300 or minus 350, right? But as far as like prediction goes and not just betting, we all were like, yeah, she should easily win. And then we forget like Bruna Brazil came through like looking sharp. And she dominated her in all realms. It wasn't like, oh, she had to grapple her or do anything like that. It was like her striking was just crazy, superior. Kicks, punches, everything. So, man, Molly might be done, bro. She's getting older. She already has a name. it's like, who else is she gonna fight other than like the lower tier people?
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, so
She got to just fight in London or whatever.
yeah, and then her losing at home too. That just kind of sucks for her. But and then for me here, the two I got right, I went 2-2 plus 0.3 units, so nothing big there. But Tom Aspinall minus 350. I said it was kind of a hot take. I felt like he was a minus 450, minus 500 against Blade. And obviously, I mean, if they fought again, it probably wouldn't have ended that quickly like that. But yeah, man, I mean, another exact type of performance by Aspinall, like he did with Sergey, just quick, man. No one's gonna. We haven't even got a chance to see him like really display his talent, because his fights are so fast. I mean, were you surprised, or what were you thinking when Tom?
Nah, I mean, we said it. Like, he's gonna. That was my whole thing. He got the quick hands. He's gonna hit him with something and pounce in. If Blades didn't fight the fight, he should have fought. Like, Blades was catching him a little bit, but the thing is, Aspinall, he doesn't have that one like hit power. It's like punches and bunches. I hit you with the quick 1-2 and you fall, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, he finishes you like that. But he ain't hitting you like the one shot KO, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll drop you, but I feel like his speed is what makes Aspinall raw, especially for his size.
His speed, but the power is definitely there. I mean, he was dropping fools off jabs, like either a 1 or a 1-2 off jabs. He's not putting.
No, that's what I said though. The 1-2,
yeah.
it's not putting you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like Ngannou type of power, but it's there because of his speed and the precision.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, if you watch a lot of his interviews, he said even the fights when he did knock the guys down, he's usually not doing it on purpose. Like he's just trying to strike accurately, right, and then do the techniques. And so he has enough power to where his regular jabs can already knock people on their asses. So I mean, that's the talk of the town now. I mean, he says he's the real champ. He wants to fight John Jones and Stipe, and most likely it's gonna be John Jones, but whoever wins that one. But I mean, a lot of people, including myself, don't even think that fight's gonna happen. It's like John Jones probably gonna beat Stipe and then retire. Yeah,
I mean, I feel it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I would do the same thing if I was John Jones. There's no need. Like, he has more to lose fighting, especially at this age. Like, yes, he is the best, but I don't think that like right now, Tom Aspinall's opening as the slight favorite against John Jones, which is pretty crazy to think about. I was talking to my buddy about this. He's like, would you bet Tom Aspinall before the odds came out? And I was like, not at the pick'ems, but what are you going to give me? He's like, I'll give you plus 200 on Aspinall. I was like, hell yeah. I'm betting plus 200 on Aspinall, but that's not the case. Now he's minus 130 or some shit like that, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's like the fight we all want to see, but like you said, it might not even happen. Jones, who knows, he even makes it to the Stipe fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's been going through hella shit. That shit came out, remember, where he's tweeting that he lost his finger or something like that?
Oh, there's a lot of weird shit on his side.
That's what I'm saying. It's always like weird stuff with him. But like, yeah, hopefully that fight does happen. In the meantime, like, hopefully also we get like, if it doesn't happen, we get like Serial versus Aspinall at least.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good one. But the only thing is, I love Cyril, like one of my favorites, right? But he's kind of been MIA. But they should fight in France, like you said. See how that goes. I think Cyril.
Aspinall matchup, but he fought the tall dude, right?
Already? Which one?
Volkan, or what's his name?
Volkov? Yeah, he submitted him.
Yeah, there's nobody.
Like a Kimura or some shit. Yeah, there's nobody. I mean, Cyril's a good matchup in the sense of like that's someone else who's hella quick, fast striking, pure striking. But Cyril got no ground game in comparison, and Aspinall would just, if he was smart, he would just grapple him. But we'll see. Moving forward here, the other one I got right was dog Jake Hadley. Short notice, White Pong, baby. What a great porn name.
How do you? He won by decision, right?
Yeah, he won by.
I passed out like decision. On that third round. I fell asleep, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Man. High. It was a good fight, but yeah, he was just looking a lot bigger, taller, and once he got his striking going, he was looking smooth, man. The other guy didn't take him down, or he pinned him against the cage a few times, but he didn't really shoot in all the way. He was just trying to have a striking battle, and Hadley was just longer, and just more crisp in that sense. The other guy looked his arms and legs were way too short, that type of build.
He was getting cracked.
The two I got wrong though, Leroy Duncan minus 140. That was a bad call. He got dominated, and then I had a parlay with Arnold Allen, who won, and then Leon Edwards, plus 110, who lost it. But it is what it is. So we move forward, man. We move forward. I'll take a little profit. But next up, we got this UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi early card, guys. If you guys are in the West Coast, this is a 9 a.m. early prelim start, 12 p.m. noon, main card start. All right, let me see here. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. Out of nowhere, I can't even scroll this bitch. Hold on, I'm trying to add it to the stage, but it's real slow. Here we go.
Yeah, man, these damn early fights. It's a decent. Some fights fell off, right? Nick Diaz fight fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are the fights. Kutalate still fighting, but he was supposed to fight Kareem Al Sawedi.
Cumshot was supposed to be on this too, right?
Maybe. They didn't write it here on Tapology, but maybe.
I think the original card.
Yeah, he was, and then he got sick that time, right? Really bad in the hospital. People thought he was gonna die or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is gonna be a pretty good, dope card for being on ESPN, man. This is they do pretty big when it's a Middle Eastern card, because the people over there are paying big dollars to Dana.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll start from the bottom.
This is the first Saudi Arabia card for them. So like the guy's been putting all the boxing fight. This is the card that they brought for them. Which is I feel like, man, ever since they got involved now, I feel like that's what kind of messed up the sphere too, because they put their name on it, the Riyadh thing, like
Riyadh season.
Shit's hella expensive now. Because also this Saturday is a big boxing too. Riyadh season boxing shit.
Riyadh season trying to just pay for everything, so their name just stuck on it, and it's just everything's being taxed. Heavy. For those out there, if y'all got tickets to the Sphere, shout outs to you.
You balling. You a baller. Where you live at? Pull up.
But yeah, man, we got this card here. The first fight, solid opener on the fight, man. I'm liking this card. Cedricus Dumas against Dennis Talulin. Dumas, man, just like his last name, is a dumbass. 9-2. He looks like, Chirac version of Lil Uzi. Yeah, this guy is supposed to be the man. I mean, I've been on the hype train a little bit, but he's been disappointing the whole time. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Most recently, he lost to Rosa Boev, which actually he put up a pretty good fight at first. And then after he got the first strike, hit on him, he just started crumbling. And then wasn't that the fight that he said he was too high for?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, my bad. It might have been the Josh Frem fight. One of the fights where there was an interview that came out where he said that his friend rolled him a joint that he's like, damn, I should have rolled my own joint. That's the lesson I learned. And everyone's like, how's that the lesson? He's like, nah, just roll your own joints because my friend rolled it with some hash or some concentrates and shit that got him way too high that he wasn't used to his routine. And he was just way too loaded, I guess. I was like, whatever, bro. Excuses. Nick Diaz wouldn't say that. Nate Diaz wouldn't say that. So fuck you.
Nick, get you in a go-go plotter loaded.
But yeah, man, Dennis Talulin, 11-9, not a sexy record. But he's here. 3-fight losing streak.
No, yeah, damn. Yeah, he's how big of a favorite is Cedricus?
Cedricus is about a -200 right now. Cedricus is now 220 on Bet Online, and Talulin's plus 185 as we speak. So earlier it was Dumas about -200, now -220. I agree with that. I mean, I hate laying this big type of juice on Cedricus because we've seen what has happened in the past. But I think that he put up a good fight as far as getting experience in the last couple fights. And I just think that, he's the younger guy. He's going to improve, learn from his mistakes, hopefully. And, I'm going to start the night with picking him. I do think the price is a little too expensive. He should never be this big. He's probably be like a -180 or something like that. But, yeah, I'm going with Dumas here. Talulin's just too old for me, but he has the experience. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chirac stepper for sure. Hopefully he could bounce back here.
Yeah. The one thing I am worried is, though, look at Tululin, like Leroy Duncan, Rodriguez, those are pretty decent guys. I mean, he did get finished real quick, but he's
No,
been
yeah,
in there with them.
but I feel like his his grappling isn't that like whatever. So I feel like that's Dumas's like weakness is just somebody who can really grapple, and I feel like Tululin isn't there. If anything, Tululin takes a lot of shots, and I feel like Cedricus might be able to just open up and show some shit on him.
Beat his ass. Maybe put a guillotine on, man. Dumas is gonna he likes to grapple too, get his jiu-jitsu game going. But yeah, Toulouse is just too old here. Next up, we got interesting here. We got Black Bear. What is it? Oh, Black Country Banger. Jai Herbert against Rolando Bedoya from Peru.
Your boy Jai Herbert. He's like on a streak,
Jai
right?
Herbert from England. Yeah, he's on a one fight losing streak. 36 years old here. He lost to Fares Ziam by decision. Draw against Ludovic Klein, and then beat Kyle Nelson, and then lost to Ilya Taporia. So, I mean, the people he's losing to are decent as far as Moicano here, Trinaldo back then. Bedoya, man, he's a prospect, but he was kind of disappointing here. 14-3. Obviously, he's very durable. Any of these like Hispanic, Latino fighters, have that spirit and have that chin where, it's hard to finish him. He's never been finished at all, but he lost to Kenan Song I think this was a big upset here. Yeah, he was a minus 325 against Kenan Song and lost. And he lost to Chaos Williams by split. So that's not a bad loss. But yeah, man, I mean, for me, I'm going with the Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert is minus 160 right now. I got him 155. It is a little juicy because his chin is very sketch, whereas Bedoya, that his chin is going to be reliable. But skill for skill, I just think Herbert's way more crisp. It's going to stay striking, and Herbert's a much better just technical striker. Just his chin is sketchy.
Yeah, he is pretty sus. The other guy's from Peru, you said? Or somewhere else?
Yeah. Peru.
No, that's not. That's Peru.
Am I tripping? Yeah, Peru. I thought I was racist for a bit.
No, I didn't know if they had I didn't know they had a middle thing. What's his last fight? Rolando.
His last fight was against Kenan Song, where he lost by decision.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Herbert. Doesn't get slept. He should win this.
Yeah, I like Herbert by decision as well, but I think that's the most likely outcome. I think it's like plus 150. But I'd rather just take Herbert here. I just think he's technically more sound. Moving forward. Are we getting into this chick fight here? I think we are. Victoria Dudakova against Sam Hughes. Sam Page, baby. Dudakova, undefeated prospect from Russia. If you guys remember her, she's on a 14-fight win streak. But she most recently beat Jinyu Frey by decision. And then before that, she beat Estela Nunez. If you remember, Nunez put her arm down and her elbow dislocated, and it was gross. And it was over real quick. So, and then, you got the non-sexy name here, 8-6 Sam Hughes. She's already 32. She just lost to Yasmin Yargui. And before that, though, big upset on Jacqueline Amorim, which I was on. So for me, man, you already know I've been on this, been kind of looking for spots for her, Sam Hughes. No one likes betting on her. I like her plus 150. I want to be on Sam Hughes, bro. I think Dudakova is overvalued because, why is Sam Hughes only plus 150 in a matchup where Dudakova is undefeated, tall, lanky, on this streak? Sam Page should wrestle her. I think that's going to be the move.
Yeah, she's going to try it. I'm going to just go with Yeah, I'm going to go with the Russian.
Dudakova, she is minus 175 right now. And he was plus 150. Over 2.5 is minus 450. So probably decision either way. Well, I don't think Sam's finishing her. If Sam wins, it's going to be a decision.
Tap out.
That's for damn sure. Next up, man, we got Goram Kutaladze against a short notice replacement fight, Jordan Vucinic. Goram here, man. This guy is actually a lot better, in my opinion, than what his record says, 12-4 from Georgia. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Look at this. He lost to Elvis Brenner by knockout, and then he lost to Ismagulov by split, and then he beat Mateus Gamrot by split before that. But he hasn't had that many fights recently.
Damn.
Then you got Jordan here, the epidemic.
Vucinic.
Look at this guy. 13-2, 28 years old. I mean, he's never been finished, so there's probably a reason why he's taking the fight and they're jumping in. But here's the thing that's a little sketch. I mean, it could be sketch or not, but look at his last fight. Cage Warriors was in July 20th. Today we're recording this on the 29th.
Damn,
so that was like 10 days ago.
But he won by guillotine
so he's
round one though.
Weight. Yeah. So that, I mean, I doubt he took no damage. I mean, look at all his fights. He finishes by guillotine or rear naked or Kimura. So all submissions except for the one decision loss he had back in 2022. So recently he's just been submitting fools, but obviously the level of competition is different. As far as the odds go, also Kutulate is where is he? Oh, he's minus 200 right now, and Jordan Vucinic is plus 170. Who do you like on here, man?
Jordan's minus 170.
Nah, he's plus 170. Sorry, Kutulate's minus 200.
Fuck, I don't know. This is a sketch fight. I'm gonna just go with the value of the plus money because I don't know the other guys. This guy's making his debut, so that's always gonna be sketch. But then the other guy is just on a nasty losing streak. So
yeah, I'm a big Kutulate guy, but I did pump the brakes on this. I didn't jump on it. I was almost did, but I just I didn't know about this, and I did see that money was coming in on this Vucinic kid. He opened around a plus 190, 180, and now he's a plus 170. So there's been a little bit of money. So somebody has seen him and liked what they saw, on the price. So for me to lay minus 200 on Kutulate, I'm gonna pump the brakes. But I like Kutulate. I mean, he has to win this one. As far as how do you go on a losing streak when you're a very skilled fighter all around, and now if you lose a third time in a row to a new guy, a new kid, no way, bro. What are you gonna do in that division? Nothing. So it's almost like a desperate spot for him in a sense.
Yeah,
but I think that's gonna be a sleeper fight. Sleeper fight as well. What do we got next here? We got Shamil Gaziev against Dontel Mays in the heavyweights here, man. Shamil Gaziev, this guy, if you remember him, he's from Bahrain, 12-1. He
got his ass beat.
Lost.
Got his ass kicked
by Rosenstruck. He got beat up for 4 rounds straight, and then they finally stopped the fight. They're like, "No, you can't just keep fighting. It's over with."
Because he said he couldn't see or something, and then his coach made him fight, but he said he didn't want no more smoke. He was like, "I couldn't see or something."
Yeah, he was like, "I'm over it. Just take the L and move on to the next. Take less damage." And then this guy right here most recently beat Kyle Machado by decision, but before that lost to Nascimento. So he's back and forth. I mean, this is going to be a good banger. I think anyone could possibly win. I think the odds right here, Gaziev is minus 220. Dontel Mays about plus 190, 185, somewhere around there. Yeah, man, it's tough because I like Gaziev here, but do I want to lay minus 220? I mean, I'm not super excited to jump on it. But I think it's a bounce back spot for Gaziev. I think Dontel Mays is a step down in competition for him. And I think it's going to be, a chance for him. But he can't fuck around either because obviously Dontel Mays is still a heavyweight that got some hands and got some wins. So he's got to be cool on top of it. But if he is, I think he could coast to a win. He could either finish him or decision. So I'm going Gaziev.
Yeah, I'm going with that fool too.
Yeah, maybe a parlay piece for me or something. But it is a little pricey here.
Gaziev.
But if he gets beat up by Dontel Mays like he did Rosenstruck for 4 or 5 rounds or 3 rounds in this case, yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, that fool's 34 licking 44. Next up, we got Mohamed Yahya against Kyle. I think it's Kyle Fernandez. Just exotic spelling. Man, we got Kyle Fernandez, huge favorite here. He's a minus 400. Yahya's like a plus 350. I mean, Fernandez off a loss here. He never been finished, but most recently lost to Mark DeCasey by split decision.
That's
yeah, which
nasty.
was an interesting little fight. And then this guy, Muhammad Yahya, 12-4, obviously got the home field advantage, more local from the UAE. But he most recently lost to Trevor Peek by decision in his debut. So this will be his second fight here. But the odds are insane, bro. Like, obviously, I like Fernandez. I think he's way more skilled all around. But it's hard for me to justify minus 400 for a guy like this who, just lost. Yeah.
The Fernandez guy is minus 400?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
He was basically really good in his loss with, in my opinion, very good in his loss against Mark DeCasey. And it could have gone either way. So I like Fernandez, but I don't like him at minus 400. If you're greasy about it, I'm going to throw it in a greasy D-Gen parlay type of vibe. But I don't feel good about it, and I would not recommend at that price. But I just think he's better than Yahya. Yeah, man. Who do you like? You taking a flyer with the underdog, the home underdog?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the underdog. Just because, like, so minus 400 after losing to Mark DeCasey is crazy.
Yep. And if you care, I mean, not that this part matters, but the rankings apparently for lightweights, Fernandez is 147th in the world, and Yahya is 148 only. So they're only one position apart, and that price is a huge gap.
Yeah, gonna do it. Inshallah.
Fala. Oh man. Yeah, he's gonna be inspired by Bilal Muhammad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to all the Slims.
Remember the name.
Next up, man, we got a nice 205 banger. We got
Can't
Alonzo,
forget the Bev.
Atomic. never. We got Menefield here against Azamat Murzakanov, undefeated. Obviously huge favorite here. Murzakanov minus 220. And Menifield's about a plus 190. I mean, Menefield 15-4. I mean, he's a specimen, real thick, but throws bombs here. He just most recently lost to Carlos Olberg, the model. And before that, though, he beat Dustin Jacoby and Jimmy Crute, man, and Misha Serkinov. Those are some nice wins, I would say. So, I mean, you can't count him out. And then you got this guy here, Murzakanov, 13-0. 35 years old, never been beaten, beat Dustin Jacoby. And then before that, Devin Clark and Tefan Chukwi, which aren't as impressive, but they have a common opponent who they both beat. Yeah, he did right here. Look at he didn't finish Jacoby, but he finished the other two guys.
Look, he beat Chesney with a fucking flying knee.
Yeah, it was nasty. So this guy is, I'm just going to go with it. I like Murzakanov here. I've been trying to make cases for Menefield in the past. And even in the last fight, he disappointed me. But Murzakanov, he could easily get knocked out. But I think overall skill for skill, he's a better striker. He could grapple, whereas Menefield just pins people with his muscles, but he can't actually wrestle. He has no BJJ if he gets down on the ground. And striking-wise, he's the guy that likes to throw bombs, like just purely looping bombs, whereas Murzakanov is going to mix it all up, including the bombs and including the looping punches. So, yeah, especially at this weight, I think a lot of these guys don't throw a lot of jabs a lot, and the ones that do well, So, yeah, I'm with that. Who do you like, man?
Yeah, Menefield could land the bomb, it's over, but I think the Asmat is gonna get it.
Asmat.
Who's the favorite?
Murzakanov minus 220. Menefield's plus 190.
Asmat.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got Joel Alvarez, the return against Elvis Brenner. This is an interesting ass fight, man. Alvarez, I was big on this guy, but he got sick or something happened with him where he had to take a longer break. And he could never make weight. He's been trying to fight at 155, and this fool is big boy. He's 6'3", big length. He has the length to strike, but he's also really good at jiu-jitsu. Ground game is nice. That's what he's going to go for. Mostly grappling, but I think he starts off by using his length to try to kind of deter people and then get into the grappling game. But most recently, which was back in, 2023. So a little over a year ago, he beat Mark DeCasey by Darce choke. And then before that, lost to Arman Sarukian. So I mean, he's fought pretty much only good people since he's been in the UFC for the most part. But he's been around since 2019. And then we got the next big hype here. Elvis Brenner, 16-4. He most recently just lost to Orobal, that crazy Mongol guy. And
He's on this card
but
too,
before
right?
that, Orobal, I don't think so, but he should be.
Oh, he was supposed to be, right?
Maybe, but he's not.
Am I tripping?
He's definitely not this guy. You know this guy right here, this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, go down.
Oh,
Man, I just want to see his because that was his last fight, right? Yeah, it was
yeah,
Brenner,
and then
yep.
before that was Euros Medic.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I mean, Elvis Brenner has been definitely underrated. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it, in my opinion, as far as like how people view him. He's not like the big name, the sexy name, but he's always puts up a fight, and he's actually very well rounded at all aspects of the game. You know, like as far as his ground game and his striking, and he definitely has some power as well. He's from Shoot to Box. Diego Lima won, I believe.
See, MMA Junkie had Orobal versus Thiago Moises on here.
Damn, they would fight. They're in the same weight class. That's kind of a crazy thought. They just look in my head. In my head, it just looks like Orobal's a lot bigger.
Hell yeah! Well, look at Brenner. I mean, look, he looked hella bigger than Brenner, right? Because that's who we fought.
Yeah, Brenner's not that big. And Brenner's gonna be undersized here too. He'll be thicker, but yeah, he's 5'10", which is decently tall for 155. But the other guy's 6'3", so which has helped him a lot with the grappling as well.
Yeah, I'm going with Alvarez.
Yeah, I wanted to jump on Alvarez right away, and I do pick him to win. He's minus 185 right now, and Brenner's plus 160. The only thing is like the little time off has sketched me out, and then I want to see him weigh in. He usually has a hard time cutting the weight, so we'll see. Because Brenner does scare me, but overall, I'm still going with Alvarez, especially if it's less than minus 200, which it is right now. I think it's all right. It's all right. Oops. I'm in the Rose fight. The fuck?
Yo.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's next? We got horny fights. Horny fights are back. We got Mackenzie Dern against Lupita Godinez, man. This was a close odds, almost like a pick'ems, but Mackenzie Dern's around a minus 125, minus 130. Lupe Godinez about plus 110. Mackenzie Dern actually opened as an underdog, and now she's a slight favorite.
Well, her, it's always her. It's always like on one, then off one, on one, then off one. That's how it is with her. But one thing that's good about her, at least she's I feel like she's dialed back in to go hard. Dern,
we said this before.
Well, she got back with her striking coach Jason Perillo, so that was good news. You know what I mean? And then
because her striking was ass when she left,
bro. It's because that's what it is, bro. But like, yeah. So hopefully, man, I don't know. She's always a good pick, though. I feel like this one, Loopy was like on a good ass streak, but then that last fight that she blew it against Marina Rodriguez, or was it against Verna?
Last fight was against Verna, but hey, look at Verna, bro.
Yeah,
Verna's on the up.
That aged well now. So yeah, damn, this is a close fight, man. Because Loopy, she was on a tear, and then she lost that fight, but that's a good loss. That's Verna. She might be fighting for a title right now, next, right? So I don't know. There's value in Lupe for sure. There's Lupe madness for sure, especially like if she could keep it standing and just try to strike with Dern. I don't know. It's a tough one. Who you got?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough matchup. I'm a sucker for punishment, I guess. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern here. I mean, I understand the risks involved as well. And it will be a close one. I could totally see this going to decision, but I can see if Mackenzie really wants to win, she has to. I think she could sub her and get it to the ground because Lupe likes to wrestle. She's not a BJJ girl, but she likes to wrestle for sure. And then obviously, hopefully the boxing is better and people have learned Mackenzie Dern has learned from her last fight where it looked like ass. So now, like you said, she's back with her old coach and hopefully get that all shaped up because that shit was not cool. But if she comes right, I mean, Dern is better. If they both come with their A games, I think Dern's A game is better than Lupita Godinez's A game. You know, the only question is Mackenzie Dern going to come with her A game? Whereas, Lupita Godinez, I think on a bad day, she'll still come with at least her B game. You know what I'm saying? At worst. Whereas on a bad day for Dern, she might come with her D game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is.
Nah, yeah, bro. That's why I said this is a really close fight. Like, Dern is like should lose, but then she shocked me in that Angela Hill fight when she went hard. But I feel like Lupe, she ain't gonna go down like no punk. Man, I damn near gotta go with Lupe because yeah, she was on that streak, but then like she lost her last fight against that fight. That loss doesn't look bad at all anymore now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the number one contender now, Verna Jandiroba. So I think Lupe might bounce back here, and for plus money, I think that's solid.
Lupe, that's gonna be a good one. That's the horniest fight of the card for sure. Next up, we got the fight that nobody asked for, but we'll take it, I guess. We got Tony Ferguson against Michael Chiesa. This is interesting, bro. This is like, are they just out here for a check? I feel like both of them just out here for a check. I'm glad I watch it, and I'm gladly gonna watch it and tune in hard. Yeah, but like, I mean, let's Tony Ferguson, 25-10, 7 losses, 40 years old. I don't know, man. This fool always has the same story, but I mean, he's fought who's who. We don't need to go through everybody, but look at that list of the last 7 losses, man. All big names, though, for the most part. And I think this is like going to be another step down in competition out of the list that he fought.
Oh, my God. That looks terrible.
Last time he won was against Donald Cerrone in 2019.
Holy shit. I mean,
that was a good win, though. Yeah, but then you got your boy Michael Chiesa here, who also commentates from some events. 16-7, 3 losses, 36 years old. He's only, he's not that much younger. Never knocked anybody out. And he ain't knocking Tony Ferguson out, But he most recently lost to Kevin Holland, Sean Brady, Luke. I mean, a great list as well. And he's beaten some.
No, he's fought fighters. He's fought the who's who too.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a tiny bit younger. So less fights than
Ultimate Fighter winner. He had like a lot of injuries that kind of messed him up. He was having back injuries, I want to say. That kind of like sidelined him for. You see, this fight was supposed to happen a while ago. Look, it says canceled bout.
Back in 2016, bro.
Oh my God, Tony would have fucking murked him back then.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think I gotta go. Unfortunately, Tony, we've been seeing it everywhere. I mean, there's value if you want to chase some plus money, plus 400 something, right, for Ferguson.
Yeah, Chiesa right now is minus 600 and Ferguson is plus 430.
See, that's sketch too, but it's just the way Ferguson just been looking against everybody. It's like,
yeah,
man, I thought against Patty, I thought like he was gonna do something against there, but hey, maybe Ferguson can get his. This is his last fight in the UFC. Dana White said that he doesn't want him back or some shit like that. So yeah, maybe.
Hey, Grappler's on the out. Y'all better be careful.
Hey, maybe he can go out with a bang. He can go out with a bang or something. But I would have to maybe go
to PFL.
Chiesa by submission maybe would be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that part. If I'm looking at Chiesa, I mean, sub is the only way to go. It's at plus 150. I mean, I just think that's going to be your best bet if you go on that side. As far as let's see, when's the last time he's been choked out? Tony's been getting choked out before Pimlet
by Bobby Green.
Bobby Green, yeah, Nate Diaz. So I mean, he's viable to get subbed, but he's a good scrambler and good wrestler. Not a BJJ guy, but a good wrestler. I'm gonna be a sucker, bro. I'm sprinkling, not a big play. But I can't wrap my head around Michael Chiesa being minus 600 at this point in his career. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me. So I'm going Tony Ferguson here. Not big, but I'm going plus 430, plus 430. I'm like, come on, bro. It's too good to not put a little something on it. That's
exactly. I wonder what's Tony by submission? Like plus 1,000 or something.
Tony by sub
plus 800.
800, yeah. That's crazy. You think he could sub Chiesa? That'd be crazy.
I feel like that's like his only hope.
Tony by points or submission, either one, both of them were plus 800.
God damn. Yeah, that's gonna be a sketch fight right there.
Yeah, this is crazy. Tony Ferguson plus 3.5. If it goes to decision, that's not bad. Yeah, and I don't know. I think. Do you like the under or over? The 2.5 at
Over.
minus 130.
I think over. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could. I think Ferguson could survive.
Yeah, especially against Chiesa. Like you said, he's never knocked anybody out. So
No, it's just a sub threat. That's
the
like really the
subs,
only
yeah.
thing.
But that's the thing,
If
like
it
with
stays standing, Ferguson has the advantage, in my opinion.
yeah, you're right. With Tony too, like you say he's been getting sub, but it's like when he's been getting his ass beat, then he gets sub, just choked or just goes out, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just this fool gotta give it up. I gotta say, I guess I'll probably pick at weigh-ins. I'll have to check the weigh-ins.
See how they size up with each other too. I just like Chiesa. When I saw this, I was like, "This is a typo, bro." Like, I understand Chiesa should be the favorite, but like minus 600, bro. Like, I don't think he's ever been minus 600 his whole life. Like, that's crazy. Next up, man, we got a nice banger as well on the main card. We got Marlon Chito Vera against Davison Figueiredo. This is an interesting ass fight. I mean, I had a tough time with this. Yeah, Figueiredo. Originally, it was like a pick'ems type of fight. Now you got Figgy as a minus 150. Chito Vera plus 130. I mean, both guys are pretty goddamn durable. Marlon Vera, you know, the issue that everyone knows about him is the volume. He doesn't turn it up until he pretty much like gives up first rounds a lot, you know, but he's durable. He's never been finished. O'Malley couldn't finish him, even though he hit him with the kitchen sink. I mean, I don't even know what to say about these people other than Figueiredo, the only one that really surprised me, man. He's getting older and he moved up in weight, but he's been looking real good in his move up since the Brandon Moreno saga he had. So, I mean, I'm safe pick here for me. I'm going to go with the safer route. I'm going with Figgy. I think there's value on the plus money on Vera, and I can see why people would like it. But right now, I'm leaning Figgy. I just think he's more reliable. You know what you're going to get with him now. He's good on the ground. He's durable. He can strike. He's fast. You know, whereas Chito, it's like you're trying to hope and bet on that he's going to change about his style. And every time we've hoped on that, like when's the last time he really came out in the first round like crazy? You know?
Been a while.
Yeah, he just like does just enough to win a lot on his wins. So that's the part where I'm like, that seems a little more risky to me. But would I be surprised if Chito came through and won? Like, nah, I wouldn't be surprised because he is very good. So, but I'm going with Figgy here, man. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going with I'm damn near about to just go with Figueiredo too. I would say Chito, but just Chito been looking bad lately. And then it's against O'Malley, he got, like you said, he got hit with everything. That knee was crazy, and the fact that he's like fighting like literally a month before O'Malley is kind of crazy. But I feel like this is a fight though. This is a fight where Chito can come back and maybe get like a TKO or something, because you know he does have the size on Figueiredo, and if he does like actually throw, maybe he could get him out of here. So I was Chito by like TKO.
Chito by TKO is plus 400.
Damn,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't mind that at all.
Because I feel like, you know, he could be down and all of a sudden get something crazy. Because Figgy does get hit. It's all about Figueiredo just sustaining. Like, if you can handle, like that's the thing with Cody Garbrandt. You know, it was easy to get out of here because, you know, Cody like an OG. But Cody was like hanging in there with him. But, you know, Figgy just showing he had more for him. That's why Tito's just, and then Cheeto's just always a dog. That's why it's kind of, damn, I'm down there. I'm going to go with Vera. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get Vera at plus money often, you know, so I could see why I was leaning that way as far as pricing goes, because Figgy at Pick'ems, I like Figgy because you get the guaranteed questions answered for the most part going into it. But once it moved, like earlier, is actually minus 170 even. So some money has come back on Vera. But yeah, that's the only thing. I don't love the price. I think minus 150 is about. I think the real line should be like Figgy minus 140. 150 is okay, I guess. But yeah, so just only because of the question mark. If Chito comes in with his, build like his peak ability, then I think he could dominate the fight. But that's the question mark that has to be answered. And it's funny, he comes from the same Perillo boxing, right? Because that's the same thing with Dern. It's like if they come in with their A game, they're the better fighter, in my opinion. But the bad part with them is like you never know if they're coming in with their A game, and most of the time they don't. So it's like, how can I trust that? That's the only thing that fucks me up. Okay, here we go. We got the co-main event. My boy Shara Magomedov, the Bullet, man, against Michelle Olazechek. Who's getting a co-main event spot? That's also my boy, man. Shout outs to Olazechek. This is an interesting fight. I don't know why it's the co-main event, but they're pushing this Bullet guy, Shara Magomedov, 13-0, undefeated. Kickboxer type of dude. Pure striking here. He beat Antonio Tricoli, Dern's boyfriend, real quick. And then before that, he beat Bruno Silva in his debut by decision. So he didn't knock him out. And then you got Olazechek here. He's a power puncher, but he's fought, decent competition. He's been in the UFC for a while now. So I think as far as like level of competition, he is taking a step down because he fought Kevin Holland and Michelle Pereira, who I think are better than Magomedov, right? So how do you name Magomedov? You can't wrestle. Like, that's weird. But as far as matchup-wise, I think Magomedov has this. As much as I like my boy
Who did he just beat? Who did Magomedov just beat?
He just beat Tricoli.
Oh, yeah, that was a guy who came out of nowhere.
Yeah, just as a jobber. He got the look, though, but he's just a jobber. He put up a good fight. But you got Magomedov here is minus 220 and Olazechek's plus 185. So under over 1.5, minus 140. I like Shara. I don't love the price. I think it's a little wide, but as far as who I think will win, Magomedov here. I just think Olazechek got a more of a puncher's chance. That's kind of like because he also strikes and he has power. But I want a little more than plus 185 if I want to go Olazechek.
Yeah, he was fucking up Kevin Holland last fight. And that's why Holland had to grapple.
Yeah, and that's you probably bring up a good point because Shara cannot wrestle. So if that shit happens to him, he ain't wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna have to stand there and take it. So that's the one thing that's on the ground. Olazechek's even better. So if Olazechek gets hurt, he could still try to grapple. So that's the one thing where it's like I'm not jumping on Magomedov at this price, but I do pick him to win. Probably by knockout as well. To be honest,
I think I'm gonna go with the underdog.
Olazechek. That's my guy.
He looked good against Holland until Holland took him to the ground, and that's not going the way. So I'm gonna just go off that. And like you said, he has more experience.
Way more. You see what he? I don't know if it was like a mistranslation, but he was tweeting or whatever, saying like, "Oh, most likely he is gonna lose. Like it's not likely he's gonna win or something." But we'll see because they're talking about him going back to KSW, fighting for that league, some Russian league or whatever. So hilarious there. And then we got the main event. This is a good one, baby. Corey Sandhagen against Umar Nurmagomedov, undefeated. Yes, part of that Nurmagomedov, the Khabib family. This is his cousin, I believe. But yeah, man, Umar. He's the hype. He hasn't fought in a little bit. He skipped what his last fight was against Almakad, whoever that. It was a short notice fight earlier this year, and then before that was Raoni Barcelos, hella early in 2023. So he hasn't been that active. The level of competition, in my opinion, obviously on the Corey Sandhagen side, 17-4, real tall, lanky, good striker, pretty good grappler. Pretty much good all around. Never been knocked out before. Fought better competition. Look, I beat Marlon Vera, Rob Font, Song Yadong. And he's only lost to, Peter Yan and Dillashaw back in 2021. Different fighter. So for me, man, I'm just going to keep it simple before I pass it to you. The odds are pretty crazy. You got Umar at minus 300, minus 285. Corey Sandhagen's at plus 245, plus 250. I think Sandhagen is worth a play here for me at this price. If I could wait and even get to like a plus 300, that'd be great. But at plus 250, I still like it. I think that he's live. I think Umar should win, and probably grapple win. But I think Sandhagen is pretty decent, man. I think the odds should be slightly closer here.
Yeah. Sandhagen's been there with the who's who. They both haven't fought in hella long, right? But then Corey hasn't fought.
Sandhagen
He had
last
that
fight
he had that crazy surgery.
That is a little sketchy too, as well. He didn't fight
remember
the last time. It's been pretty much a year.
And then when because that fight against Rob Font, remember that was like a terrible fight. Everybody hated it.
Oh yeah, it was boring. It was one of those boring fights that he was like trying to grapple and hold him down.
And then when's the last time Umar fought?
Umar fought earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then that was a short notice. So the guy took it on short notice, and then before that was like over a year. That was in January 2023. So he hasn't been super active at all.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good fight. I mean, you got to think about if Corey Sandhagen wins this is a pretty crazy upset because they're going to Abu Dhabi. They're going to be on the side where, Umar's on that side of the hemisphere. So it's like kind of going to enemy territory. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
As a white boy. So, but I just think, I haven't fired it yet, and I wouldn't say it's my best bet by any means, but I'm going to probably get there, put a little sprinkle or something, man. I think it's worth it. I just think the odds are off. But yeah, who you picking?
I'm gonna just go with the underdog too, with Sandhagen.
Live, man. I feel like some of this card could be live, man. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen what happened last card, and we see it on every card. But like, hometown doesn't automatically mean win.
Yeah.
A lot of like Molly McCann, perfect example, and not comparing Umar to Molly McCann, but just saying. I'd rather bet minus 300 on Umar than Molly McCann again. Let me tell you that.
For sure.
But fuck that. But yeah, let's get to the best bets here, man. Let's ride some momentum. I'm starting to feel our positive momentum riding. We're not having terrible weeks. So that's always good. Oops. But do you want to start or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll start it up. I'm gonna do straight up bet. This is a do or die, I want to say, for my man cheating Marlo Cheeto Vera, bro.
Hey, Cheeto plus 135. Yep.
And then we'll do another straight bet. It's gonna be a close one. I'm kind of dividing because Perillo's gonna be there, so he has Cheeto and Dern. But I think Lupe's gonna pull this one out. I just feel like Dern is just always the same shit with her, and I think Lupe got like enough good enough like grappling to stay away from getting like tapped out.
Okay, we got Lupe plus 110.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do a parlay here with Azamat and Gaziev.
And then the two guys that are similar, I was gonna get those guys together too.
And what we doing, 3 or 4?
Up to you. I was been doing 4 so we could get some units. Well, then you could also lose units.
No, 4 works. Yeah, fuck it, Sandhagen straight up.
Oh, that's a big one. Let's go. Sandhagen plus 435. That's what is he at? Yeah, 430. Oh, 245.
245.
I'm thinking about Tony Ferguson.
Hey.
That's the 435 win. All right, man. Yeah, man. I'm going man, we got something similar, but we got something different as well. I'm going Mackenzie Dern here. She's minus 130 right now, so I'll take Mackenzie Dern. I like Jai Herbert minus 160. Almost forgot about him. What was the other one? Oh yeah, I guess I got to give the same one because I like that one. We didn't plan this, but I like the Mirzakhanov parlayed with Gaziev as well. Same one that you did. And then last but not least, I got to give a big dog because if we could get it, we could get back on track here. I guess I go on Sandhagen as well. Corey Sandhagen, man, that's a bold pick though, huh? So is Tony Ferguson. But yeah, I like Sandhagen, man. I mean, I gotta put my money where my mouth is. I just think it's a good value, and he presents more trouble than people think. But yeah, man, I think that's gonna be a good ass card. I actually like the card better than, dare I say it, like this card is like rivaling the Sphere card.
The Sphere just got a title fight that's making it all right.
Yeah, two title
fights.
Yeah, but small people, not big guys. It's crazy to think that O'Malley is always the underdog. Like he's the underdog when he's the champ in this next one too.
He is
against Merab, yeah.
Damn.
So it's like crazy. It's crazy because he's like very popular too. You know what I'm saying? Like the crowd favorite. People like him. I like him. We all like him. So to see him like be the underdog like constantly is pretty crazy. But same story. This is just like Sterling heavy. The same type of style. Extra grapply. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man. Any last words to the people before we're out?
Fuck Riyadh season.
Yeah, tell Riyadh to chill out a little bit, bro.
Chill out with these prices, man. Fucking up my UFC Noche experience, bro. Yeah. Now it's not UFC Panoche no more.
Yeah, it's just not. It's nacho UFC nacho.
Nah, UFC but yeah,
nacho. Jeez.
This should be a good card though. Like you said, this is a decent, and it's pretty long. Too bad there's fights that got canceled aren't on here anymore. But yeah, they kind of made it's still at least it's a good mid. It's like a B minus, B plus.
Yeah, and it's on TV, bro. It's gonna be on ESPN, so
it's early though. So yeah, it's early. Also, there's a PFL this weekend too, right?
Yep, PFL playoffs. So on Friday. So be tuned in. That's gonna be on typical regular time.
Yeah, I think the bet I wanted on that was I looked at it today. I want to take. I think it's time for my girl Liz Carmouche to finally take a L in the PFL.
Santos.
Yeah,
Santos big favorite, minus 270 or something like that right now. But yeah, money's been still trickling on her. She's like minus 270 or something.
Oh, she's a big favorite.
Yeah. Liz Carmouche, they got similar styles. Both of them do the same shit.
Hey, for real.
Yeah, there's some dogs. Hey, just bonus. I'm speaking about PFL for those that are watching all the way to the end. Some dogs I like. It's already moving here. Anthony Ivy. I'll be on Anthony Ivy. I got him at plus 180, but he's like plus 120 right now. I still think he's good at any plus money. And then another dog I'll be on is which one is this? Is it Tyrell Fortune? Yeah. Yeah, Tyrell Fortune. Sorry, before I say that, I got to double check before I start announcing. But Anthony Ivy, I'm for sure on that. That one's for sure. Oh, yeah, Tyrell Fortune, plus 145. Two dogs right there I'll be on. Oh, man. But shout outs to y'all, man. Riyadh season out.